dose? Ask your doctor about the 24-hour complete heartburn relief of Prilosec.
When you give a student the chance to fulfill a dream, we all get to share in it. Walmart's Competitive Edge Scholarship is giving students like Joe Mormon the opportunity to live his dream.
Without Walmart's scholarship, I wouldn't be in college.
It helps America's brightest students become leaders in engineering and technology. That's why Walmart awards Competitive Edge Scholarships to students across the country. Sending kids like Joe to college is smart for all of us. We live here too, and we believe good works.
Now, your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
Rain continues to soak parts of the Northeast, but actually that's better than the ice that coated many areas this morning. Hello and welcome to Weather Center, sponsored by Buick. I'm Jill Brown.
And I'm Dan Atkinson. The Pacific Northwest gets ready for another round of stormy weather, and it's Groundhog Day. That's coming up. But first, the Northeast. It was an icy morning in some parts of New England. This is Worcester, Massachusetts, where you had to deal with slippery roads and sidewalks. Light freezing rain slowed traffic as well as pedestrians. Temperatures are rising in Worcester, so while there's rain in the area, icing should not be a problem as we move into the evening hours. Here's a look at what's happening now across Worcester and other points in southern New England. Widespread rain, as you can see. Light rain for the most part, occasionally moderate to, in some few instances, heavy rain. You've had some moderate to heavy rain around Bradley Field north of Hartford. But raining now at Hartford and Boston and Providence, all along the Massachusetts Turnpike. Rain over the central and eastern end of Long Island, but for now you're getting a bit of a break in the New York City area, though you should expect still some showery weather off and on through the afternoon and on into the evening in the Big Apple. Precipitation is spotty back across New York State into Pennsylvania, and we move on back into the Great Lakes area, and with a cold front coming through, not a strong cold front dropping your temperatures significantly, but a little bit of wet system and a windy system as it comes on through. You have had some rain earlier today in the Chicago area. We'll take you there to the Windy City, where it hasn't been a great day to be out and about in downtown Chicago. Light rain moved through the area earlier in the day, but now it's chilly and windy, and gusts to near 30 miles per hour this afternoon are going to make it necessary for you certainly to have a coat handy. Looking a bit further to the south, that cold front's beginning to trigger some showers around the Nashville area, although maybe that a good bit of this is not yet reaching the ground, yet you may have a few sprinkles passing along Interstate 40, moving on toward the east. Here is that frontal system. It's a cold front which has in the wake of it some pretty tight pressure gradient here. Notice how these isobars are stacked pretty closely together. That'll mean strong winds for you. If you're traveling today from, say, Des Moines up toward the Twin Cities on Interstate 35, this is going to be a crosswind coming in perpendicular to your travel. If you're in a high-profile vehicle, or maybe for the first time driving something big like an RV, hold on to the wheel. You could be bumped over into a neighboring lane. Meanwhile, not so much the wind, but the isolated or scattered areas of wintry precipitation over the northeast from now through midnight. As you can see, we're not looking for much more in the way of freezing rain, but a wintry mix, maybe some snow and sleet, or sleet and rain mixed together along portions of I-95, and as you get into those higher elevations of Vermont and New Hampshire. There is a possibility for some flooding over portions of the northeast, small areas of western Massachusetts, western Connecticut, southeastern New York State. This not a result of heavy rain, but instead snow melt and ice jam induced flooding. So be careful if you're driving through those areas and getting into low-lying areas near creeks and streams. You're above freezing now in Boston at 38, well above in New York City at 53. In fact, your average high this time of year in the Big Apple is about 39 degrees, so enjoy the nice weather on this February 2nd, Groundhog Day. 51 now in the nation's capital, 63 in Birmingham and in Panama City, 77 now in Miami, and 71 degrees in New Orleans. Across the south, this frontal system fairly dry. It could touch off a few sprinkles not only around Nashville but later around the Birmingham and Atlanta areas. For now, there are primarily some sprinkles, as you can see, across the state of Florida. Rain a bit more widespread to the south and east of Orlando and affecting your travel along Interstate 95 from Daytona Beach on down toward Melbourne. These showers are sweeping in along northern portions of the state of Florida and could result in some sprinkles for you along the I-10 corridor. Let's check out what's happening in the west and the Midwest. Here's Jill.
All right, thanks, Dan. We jump from one side of the country to the other, and it's basically the same weather. Scattered showers, they've slacked off a little bit, so we're getting somewhat of a break. East of the Cascades, you're in the rain shadow, and so it's been dry, but from the Cascades to the coast, it has been a soaking rain now. Really, for weeks, we've had a lot of rain. So in Seattle, the break that you're getting at the moment is welcome. Just a bit of a break from the wet weather today. Now the problem is the wind. You've had wind gusts to 45 miles an hour in the Seattle area. Some of you are seeing breaks in the clouds, but there are still a few scattered showers in the region, and so that has been obvious from the radar. It'll be on and off rain showers. Snow elevation today about 5,000 feet. Snow will probably amount to several inches and up to a foot in the Cascades of Oregon. Over into Idaho and Montana, we're seeing some pretty heavy snow, and you notice all of the isobars, so a lot of blowing snow. This one will be hard to measure. This one will be hard to keep off the roads. If you're traveling through these mountainous areas, please use caution. There's going to be quite a bit of new snow coming down. 6 to 12 inches here. By the way, it's of course snowing at Sun Valley, so to look on the bright side, ski areas will love it. And over here into the Cascades of Oregon, winter storm warnings, and you have as much as a foot of snow on the way by midnight tonight. It's just been a constant barrage of storms, one coming in, another bigger storm kind of waiting in the wings, so don't expect your breaks to last for very long. And again, this one has been a real wind maker. Where you see the darker blue, there is the possibility of winds gusting over 50 miles per hour, and that's been confirmed in Livingston, Montana. We've had winds.
Get the heating relief of